It's not the ship I wanted, but perhaps it's the ship we need. Welcome back for another A Soldier's Opinion. I am attira.kell, and today we're going to talk about the Anvil Legionnaire. As I said, not the ship I was hoping for, but perhaps the ship we need. So let's get into what this ship can do. First, I'll say that on release, the Legionnaire is a concept ship, which means that it is not available to fly yet. I believe you get a Valkyrie dropship as a loaner ship, which is a pretty good ship for the persistent universe, until CIG develops and makes flyable the Legionnaire. That said, the Legionnaire is a specialized tactical boarding vessel from Anvil Aerospace, my personal favorite manufacturer. Its party trick is the ability to use integrated infiltration systems to empower operators to stealthily disable security measures on the target vessel, leaving them vulnerable to docking, boarding, and seizure. Now, many ships have extendable docking collars, though this feature is not in-game at the moment. What the Legionnaire offers is a 2-in-1 docking collar which can connect to all UEE standard apertures, allowing for infiltration of vessels and facilities of all sizes. Now, I believe what 2-in-1 means is that this ship can dock with both large and small docking ports, which most ships cannot do. Also, the art makes the docking collar look much beefier than a standard docking collar, so perhaps it will also have some type of reinforcement which prevents the target ship from shaking it off by rolling or other maneuver. It carries 8 infantrymen and requires a crew of 2, 1 to pilot and 1 to both hack and run the defense turrets, of which there are 2, both on top, which seems a bit of an oversight. I would have preferred 1 turret on top and 1 on the bottom. These turrets carry 2 size 2 weapons, so not too bad, but not great either. I was thinking about the utility of these turrets overall. This ship is 100% not designed to operate alone, so you should always have escorts if you are trying to use this ship in its intended role. So what good are the turrets? Well, maybe just drop some size 2 distortion guns on there. Once you hack the security hatch and the door opens, the hacker crewman has little to do except defend the ship, but his options there are pretty limited anyway. So why not use the station to constantly barrage the target vessel with distortion damage to help disrupt the systems and keep it offline? I don't know, it might work. We'll have to see where CIG continues to go with the distortion weapons. Moving on, the Legionnaire has built-in storage for weapons and breaching charges, something not in the game yet, but I'm pretty excited to see these mentioned here. So if your hack fails, you can simply blow the door. And finally, as you might expect, being Anvil, the Legionnaire has a heavy armor package and 3 size 1 shield generators, which is pretty okay really. With regard to armor, we don't really know what heavy means in practical terms, but in concept it means that certain sizes of weapons simply won't have much effect on your ship, or it will take a very long time for that weapon to have an effect. So, if someone is coming at you with size 3 weapons, you might have a problem. But if they're using size 1 weapons, maybe you can just ignore them for a while as they are a very limited threat. The Legionnaire is priced at $100 for both the ship and the new paint. And I have to say, this is a great price. In the past, CIG has leveraged, for lack of a better term, a dropship tax, very similar to the alien ship tax. They seem to not have done this for the Legionnaire. And I do want to be clear, this can also be a dropship. Not a great dropship, because it can carry a lot less infantry than the Prowler or the Valkyrie, but it can fill that role. It just happens to be specifically designed to be a boarding craft. Alright, so that's what we know about the ship for now. As a quick reminder, if you are new to the game and want to get into Star Citizen, you need to know that a standalone ship like the Legionnaire does not come with a game package. You need to purchase a game package separately and then either upgrade to the Legionnaire or buy the Legionnaire separately. I would recommend the second option, buy the Legionnaire separately, because starter ships are generally multi-role, and so you'll be able to engage with most of the content of the persistent universe with that starter ship, and then use this sweet boarding ship when it comes out with your friends. Okay, I said in the beginning that this is perhaps the ship we need, and I was not being facetious. Back in August of 2020, I released a video on how CIG should build in mechanics for legal piracy, which is more correctly called privateering. I'll link that video here. This ship, the Anvil Legionnaire, is an excellent addition to fleets who want to conduct piracy or privateering activities. The major benefit being that once docked, the Legionnaire enables a smooth transition from it to the target vessel, and this can be a critical transition. Everyone who has conducted a spacewalk to another ship knows that this transition from 0G to the physics grid of the new ship often leaves you lying prone on the ground in an awkwardly vulnerable state. Obviously, in a combat scenario, you'd want to avoid this as much as possible. This is where the Legionnaire shines. You won't have to worry about that transition at all. Now, do you need a Legionnaire to board another ship? No. Any ship can serve as a transport to allow infantry to board another ship. They can spacewalk over to the ship, place breaching charges, and then enter the ship. But they will, of course, have that transition from 0G to gravity in that new physics grid, and with that transition comes risk. Another option or competitor to the Legionnaire is the Prowler, a much more expensive ship, which the devs have said in some way may be able to attach to the hull of a target ship. Coupled with whatever CIG puts in place to replicate magnetic boots, you could board the ship this way as well, avoiding that goofy transition to gravity. As a note, CIG said they will not be making grav boots per se, but there will be some type of mechanic to replicate that effect. So, all in all, the Legionnaire is an interesting and useful addition to a pirate or mercenary privateering fleet. It will certainly aid those players in boarding vessels with a minimum amount of damage to the ship, which immediately means increased profit. Finally, I'll say this. In both historical piracy and privateering, gaining the target ship itself to add to your fleet was always a key objective. CIG has said that they do not want us to be able to permanently steal other players' ships, because this would represent an easy way to dupe ships in-game. You give it to your friend, they store it, and you claim your ship. But they have said that we might be able to take stolen ships and sell them for reduced value, and without a doubt we'll be able to take the cargo and salvage the stolen ship. The Anvil Legionnaire will certainly help in the accomplishment of that task. Alright. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're new to Star Citizen and you're looking to create an account, use my referral code for some extra goodies at game launch. I've got a link in the description down below. And also, if you're looking for an organization to play some Star Citizen with, come check out a.m.m.o, also links below. We have members who engage in almost every aspect of the game, and we'd love to have you come join us. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.
With courage! For honor!